We are to answer the following question. The question goes, given that X follows a geometric distribution with probability of success P and the probability of X equal to 2 is simply equal to 0.21 with P less than 0.5, the probability of success. Find P of X equal to 1. We take down solution. X follows a geometric distribution with parameter P. This P stands for the probability of success. And we have been told that P of the probability of X equal to 2 is simply 0.21. We know that if X follows a geometric distribution, then the probability of big X equal to small x is simply given by, we take Q, where Q is the probability of failure. We raise it to the power x minus 1, then we multiply this by P, where Q is simply equal to 1 minus P. Now, by making use of this, we have been told that P of X equal to 2 is simply equal to 0.21. Then, if we apply this formula, it simply means we had to replace small x with 2, so this will give us Q to the power 2 minus 1 times P is equal to 0.21. Then 2 minus 1 gives us 1. Q to the power 1 remains Q. We multiply it by P is equal to 0.21. Then we know that Q in terms of P is simply 1 minus P. So we replace this 1 minus P times P is equal to 0.21. Next, we have to expand this bracket. This will give us 1 times P gives P minus P times P, which is P squared, is equal to 0.21. Next, we have to transfer 0.21 to the left. Then, rearranging this will give us negative P squared plus P minus 0.21 is equal to 0. Then, if we multiply out through by negative 1 to make the equation of P squared to be 1, this will give us P squared minus, because negative 1 times P gives negative P, so minus P plus 0.21 is equal to 0. Negative 1 times negative 0.21 gives plus 0.21. This is a quadratic equation which we can solve by method of factorization. So the first step, we need to start by finding two numbers whose sum is equal to the coefficient of P, which is negative 1, and whose product is equal to 0.21. You'll see that if we make use of negative 0.3 and negative 0.7, negative 0.3 plus negative 0.7 gives us negative 1. Negative 0.3 times negative 0.7 gives us 0.21. So it simply means in this equation, we have to replace a negative P with negative 0.3P plus negative 0.7P. This will give us P squared minus 0.3P minus 0.7P plus 0.21 is equal to 0. We group the terms in pairs and we factorize for the first pair. P is common. P times P gives us P squared minus 0.3. We take P times negative 0.3, it goes back to this. For the next pair, we are going to factor out negative 0.7. In the brackets, we have P minus 0.3, and all this will be equal to 0. We have two terms. The two terms we have P minus 0.3 is common. We factor P minus 0.3 times P minus 0.7. All this will be equal to 0. For this product to be equal to 0, then either P minus 0.3 is equal to 0 or P minus 0.7 is equal to 0. We are to solve for P in these two linear equations. For the first one, we are simply going to transfer negative 0.3 to the right, which becomes positive. P will be equal to 0.3. Or for the next, P will be equal to, we transfer negative 0.7 to the right, which becomes positive. Now, from the question, we have been told that P is less than 0.5. You'll see that 0.7 is greater than 0.5. Therefore, P will simply be 0.3. We have, therefore, P will simply be 0.3 since it is less than 0.5. So this is the value of P. Now, knowing the value of P, it's very easy for us to calculate P of x equal to 1. Now, let's calculate P of x equal to 1. P of x equal to 1 will simply be equal to, by making use of the formula, we have a q raised to the power 1 minus 1 times P. So this will give us q to the power 0 times P. Q is simply 1 minus P. That means if you take 1 minus 0.3 gives you 0.7. You raise 0.7 to the power 0 gives 1. So this will be equal to 1 minus 0.3 raised to the power 0 times 0.3. So this will give us 1 minus 0.3 gives 0.7 to the power 0 times 0.3, which is simply equal to 1 times 0.3. So this will be equal to 0.3. We underline the result. Therefore, P of x equal to 1 is simply equal to 0.3. We are done with the solution of this question. If in case you have any doubts, feel free to drop your questions at the comment section. Please like the video, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching.